if you want to map your way forward, you need to know two things, right? You need to know where you are, and you need to know where you're going. If you're using a map to get from one place to another in an automobile, and you don't know where you are, you can't figure out where you're going. And likewise, if you don't know where you're going, well, then you're directionless. And so you need those 2 points of orientation. Where are you? You want to collect yourself and be in that place. And then you want to figure out where you're headed. What do you want to do with your life? Well, that's a hard question, right? It's too big, that question. And so it can just freeze you. And the reason it freezes you is because there's just too much to it. There's too many choices. And so you can't compute all that. And so you freeze and you avoid, and it's difficult. And so you can break it down. It's what you do as a good behavioral psychologist. You know, if someone's got a problem and they can't solve it, then you break it down into subordinate problems. Point is if you have a complicated problem, you can break it down into simple problems until you find a problem that's so simple that even someone as incompetent as you has a reasonable shot at solving it. And as you move towards your goal, the way that you look at what you want is going to change. And that's okay, because, you know, as you move forward through a landscape, then your view of the landscape changes and your plot and your trajectory has to shift. But you still have to get started, and having a bad map is way better than having no map at all. And if you have a bad map and you start to use it and you learn more detail as you move forward in your sort of low resolution way, then you can improve the map and you can upgrade your plans, and you know, and that's fine, because part of having a good plan is to plan on having a better plan. But you have to at least implement the stupid plan that you have before you're going to move to a better plan. And this is also an important thing to know, because people tell me all the time, especially young people, well, I don't know what to do. Well, so you ask, well, what are you doing? Well, nothing. Well, that's a stupid plan, because all that happens is that you do nothing and then you get old. And the problem with getting old is that you're old when you get old. You know, so doing nothing doesn't work, because you can't do nothing. Because the best you can do is sit there and degenerate. And so that's not helpful. And so it's better to make a bad plan and implement it and take the risk that's associated with it, because at least you learn something.